Hey, what's up, you guys? We're diving all into this Mercury retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. We're going to go collective and then we're going to go sign by sign. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, you guys, so tapping into this collective message. So the affirmation cards that I have are, it is safe to trust yourself again. That was last time. And then we have, I release all limiting beliefs. And we have, I embrace getting out of my comfort zone. And the tarot cards that I pulled for the energy for this Mercury retrograde is the Fool in reverse and the Two of Pentacles in the reversed as well. How befitting. How befitting for this retrograde for those cards to come out and in the reverse at that. Okay, so this Mercury retrograde is starting off with the Fool in reverse is a time where we may be very reluctant to embrace the new beginnings or afraid to take the risk that we need to take in order to move our life to the next level, to get towards our goals and our dreams, being afraid. And I feel like the reason why we may be afraid is because we're having a difficulty with trusting ourselves. And that's why we have the affirmation for this Mercury retrograde. Is it safe to trust yourself again? You ever just get this feeling and you make a change and it doesn't really work out the way that you thought it would? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's happened to all of us, right? And so whenever you get that same feeling, you get that divine fire, that passion to go after something, it's like something in you is just afraid that it's going to turn out how it did last time. And so what you need to know for this Mercury retrograde, number one, let's start here. It's safe for you to trust yourself again. You have more knowledge. You have more information. You have more wisdom. You have more clarity. You are not the same person that you used to be. You are ever evolving. You are ever transforming. And that person who may have made the mistake in the past, that person who may have jumped into the relationship with not having all the pieces to the puzzle, that person that may have quit their job and didn't have another job to pursue their dreams, that person that may have moved somewhere that maybe they couldn't afford and got evicted, that person that signed on that car and didn't really know how they were going to pay the car note, that person that had a child with someone thinking that it was going to be forever and it wasn't, that person is evolved. That person has transformed you bitch. You've transformed. You're not the same person you used to be anymore. And I feel like that's why this Mercury retrograde is here. Yes, Mercury retrogrades are going to cause, communication delays, and it's going to cause issues with traveling and your exes come back. I really just can't stand the internet's doom and gloom of what they tried to put off on Mercury retrograde, because it's more than that. It's deeper than that. That's so surface level. I want you to understand something. On this spiritual journey, always bring it back to self. That's like, I guess you can call it a mantra or something that I kind of live by that helps me to stay grounded and to grow. Is that I always bring it back to me. Whenever someone makes me upset, I bring it back to myself. Why is this bothering me? Why is this, making me angry or sad, or what's going on within me? Always bring it back to self. And more than other people, this Mercury retrograde, all Mercury retrogrades are an opportunity to realign with yourself. To realign with your goals, to reassess your values. That's what this Mercury retrograde is for. And so I feel like we're in this space where Maybe you have been impulsive in the past. Maybe you have been a bit reckless, Maybe you didn't, take caution in the past. Especially when it comes to balancing priorities or managing your responsibilities, or you said last year, man, in 2023, it's going to be my year. I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Maybe you did some of it. Maybe you didn't do any of it. It's okay. Because the lessons that you've learned, the wisdom that you have accumulated this year, that's what grants you the ability to transform, to transmute, and to change, and to step more fully into your purpose right now. And so this retrograde is here because a lot of you guys still feel like you need permission to be you. You need permission to make the changes. You need permission to go after your goals. You need permission to follow your dreams. You need permission to start your business. You need permission to fall in love again. You need permission. And this retrograde is here so that you can parent yourself in this moment. And it's kind of like you signing your own permission slip. Y'all remember that? I love to bring it back to childhood. This is like you signing your own permission slip and saying, yeah, my child can go. Yeah, she can go on that field trip. So the next card that we have is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And again, this card is about balancing the priorities and managing everything. And, in the reverse, it's about maybe you have some imbalances in your financial situation. Maybe there is this lack of stability, but during this retrograde, it's here not to highlight what you're doing wrong, but it's here so that you can take time. The retrograde is a slowdown. The retrograde is it's like that annoying parent. You ever been cleaning up something and like your parents sitting down and they're like, you missed a spot. And even though it's so fucking annoying that like I'm cleaning up and you watching me, delegating me at the same time, like, yeah, I did miss a spot. And even though it's annoying, like, yeah, and that's what retrograde is. Retrograde is like, yeah, I know you're ready to take that big leap of faith in your business. I know you're ready to go back to school. I know you're ready to go ahead and travel abroad. I know you're ready to change your career path. I know you're ready to start the business. I know you're ready to do this, but hey, wait, you missed a spot. Because there's a need for organization and finding a balance. And so something that I'm hearing right now for us is maybe instead of focusing on how we didn't accomplish the goals that we wanted to accomplish in the way that we wanted to accomplish them in the previous years, how about we sit down and have a moment and acknowledge that maybe it wasn't the goals that were the problem. Maybe it was the people in our life that we had to eliminate. Maybe it wasn't you taking a risk. Maybe it was your inability to balance your emotions in high stress environments. Maybe it was your ability to navigate through chaos and conflict. Maybe it was your eating habits. Maybe it was some habits that you need to let go of. Maybe it was your lack of physical activity. Maybe it was because you were strolling on social media too much. Maybe it was because of your lack of discipline. Maybe it's because you weren't connected spiritually in the way that you need to be in order to be aligned with the highest version of yourself. So maybe if we go back retrograde and we review retrograde, what we did wrong, and that word feels wrong. The word wrong feels wrong, but I don't have another word at the moment. Maybe if we just go back and we take a look at the root of what may have been what may have been blocking us from achieving our goals. Let's see collectively. What do we get, Spirit? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups coming out in reverse. And so the Queen of Cups in reverse is about emotional instability. It's about inner conflict, a lack of emotional balance. Just what I was talking about. The Queen of Cups is about repressed emotions, mood swings, having a difficulty connecting with our intuition, addressing unresolved emotional issues and imbalances between caring for ourselves and caring for others. Wow, that makes sense. So you guys, we have the Fool card, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles, all in the reverse. And so what I'm hearing is that something that we need to review or analyze during this Mercury retrograde is the emotional instability and the inner turmoil that we had when it comes to balancing between caring for ourselves and caring for other people. I feel like this has been the theme. This has been the issue. This has been what has been making accomplishing our dreams and our goals scary. The fear of who we have to leave behind in order to align with our best self. It's scary. Look at that Death card in reverse. Ooh. Change is scary. Especially when that change involves the process of elimination of the people that we care about because they aren't ready to grow. Friendships that maybe you've had for years. Family members, romantic partnerships. Sometimes it seems that in order to have the change or, be consistent in change, we have to cut out a lot of things. And so during this retrograde, especially with it being in Capricorn for the first part of this retrograde, then it's going to go into Sagittarius. I want you to really think about how you can be more disciplined, how you can have more structure, what systems can you create for when life starts to get the best of you, when your kid gets a battery up their nose, when your friend calls you with a breakdown, when your job asks you to come in and you're not on the schedule. What's the protocol? That's what I'm hearing. What's the protocol? What is the protocol so that you can have more confidence when you're taking these new risks, when you are initiating these changes, so that you can manage your responsibilities and maintain control? What's the protocol for when you had a bad day? And I want you to get a sheet of paper and I want you to write out what you are doing versus what you would like to do, right? So let's say, for example, you want to, maybe not drink. Let's say that, not drink. You want to not drink as much, right? I want you to write down the protocol for when you're having a bad day. Naturally, what do? You gravitate towards maybe drinking, maybe partying, maybe, calling that person that you don't want to call over that night, right? That's the protocol that you have been leaning into that hasn't been working for you. So I want you to recreate, redo, review that protocol and create a new action. So if the protocol for you having a bad day is you calling that person, you having that drink, you doing that thing, right? What is something that you can replace that with? Is it meditation? Is it putting your phone on do not disturb? Is it having a salt bath? Is it journaling? Is it physical activity to work the stress off? Is it whatever? Find you a protocol for a task in your life, right? Because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn and Saturn is a task master. Find you a new protocol so that you can stay on track with your goals. What is the protocol when that ex hits you up? What's the protocol when someone calls you and wants to borrow money, but you are on a budget? What's the protocol for that? And that's what I really feel like this retrograde is here, helping us to get in order to align with our goals and create new protocols and systems, but also having patience with ourselves. This Mercury retrograde is also about reevaluating our long-term goals, our career paths, and our ambitions. And this is a time that really invites introspection so that we can identify, again, the areas where adjustments or restructuring may be necessary for long-term success. So Take this time period to reflect, redefine your strategies so that you can have a better outcome, because Mercury is not going to go direct until the new year, right? And I feel like this is our opportunity to reevaluate and get these protocols in place so that we're really set and ready to go for 2024. Who do you need to walk away from? What do you need to release emotionally? Speaking of release, we have I release all limiting beliefs as another affirmation for this this retrograde, is releasing limited beliefs. And I feel like in the spiritual community, words are just thrown out and people don't really know like what the words mean. And I'm an investigator. I don't just like to say shit. I like to know what it means. So limiting beliefs are deeply held convictions or thoughts that constrain us in some way, that restrict us in some way, that hold us back. They are the beliefs about ourselves, about others, about the world that are often self-imposed, and they restrict us from reaching our full potential or hinder your personal growth. And typically these limiting beliefs are negative. And there are these ideas that may have been shaped by our past experiences, our upbringing, society's influence, or just the fear of failure. So limiting beliefs are thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, I don't deserve happiness, change is too difficult. These beliefs, they create the mental prisons, the mental barriers that prevent us from taking risks, from pursuing goals, from embracing new opportunities. They limit our possibilities, y'all, by creating a fixed mindset that blocks our progress and our achievement. And so this retrograde is here so that we can recognize these challenges, these thoughts, and reframe them so that we can have a more positive perspective on change. That's what limiting beliefs are. That's what it is. So when you're saying this affirmation, I release all limiting beliefs, know what you're saying. That's what you're releasing. You're releasing all of those things. That's what you're letting go of. And then the affirmation we have as well is I embrace getting out of my comfort zone. I talked about this, a year or two ago, but I was talking about toxic comfortability and how sometimes we think we are comfortable, but we are just stuck. How we are just stuck, how we are just blocked, how we just allow ourselves to be in spaces, be in relationships, moments of time that are literally just restricting us or blocking us. It's like being in the waiting room and just getting comfortable and never being okay with the doctor never calling you back. Toxic comfortability is a environment, despite it being very comfortable, despite it being very familiar, it's detrimental to your well-being, to your growth, to your happiness. It's a state of being in a place, a job, a mindset that feels safe, but it's actually quite harmful, and it stifles our personal development. So this is about acknowledging the areas in our life where we may have been complacent in situations that are unhealthy, that are limiting, that are draining, just because we are accustomed to them. Like staying in a toxic relationship because you're afraid of change, or just maintaining a job that doesn't align with your values just because it's familiar and they're going to pay you every week even though they don't pay you enough, and it's drama there, but you've been there so long. All right, you guys. So again, as usual, we're going to go sign by sign. So make sure you listen to your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, you guys. And maybe even if you want to get, a little technical with it, go ahead and take a look at your birth chart and take a look at your whatever sign your Mercury is in. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be your sun sign as well. So if you're a sun Pisces, your Mercury will typically be in Pisces. But double check your birth chart, and I'll see you guys in your personalized message. Ashe, baby. Aries and Aries rising, this Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is going to be in your 10th house of career, public reputation, recognition, all of that. So what can you do for a living that you can make money and travel? What can you do? What in your career? What adjustments can you make in your career so that you can really live the life that you want to live? So this is you guys taking a second look at your career, your job, whatever it is that you do. Does this align with my long-term goals, with where I see myself? I feel like a lot of you guys are in this space to where you're recognizing that you haven't had much time to live. You've just been busy with work, busy with responsibilities, getting those things done. And so I feel like you guys are trying to, figure out some form of freedom as it relates to your career and you living your life outside of work. So you're going to be reevaluating and just learning how to have the willingness to go against the grain, to go against the odds, to not allow people to hold you back, make you fearful of making changes and adjustments. So this could be you going back to school. This could be you getting a mentor. This could be you considering to move in with someone to cut back on costs so that you can do something that you love, like starting a business or making some type of investment in your future. Ashe. Hey, what's going on, Taurus and Taurus rising? This Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is going to be in your 9th house of higher education, traveling. So this is about, it could be some traveling delays and communication issues, yada, yada, right? But this is about you guys, being optimistic about change. That's what I feel like. You guys are being optimistic. It's like there are going to be all types of things going on for you guys, but you guys are going to be extremely positive about it. I have the King of Wands for you. So this represents someone who is a leader, who's enthusiastic and very determined and creative, right? And so this is you guys really embracing your passions and pursuing your goals fearlessly. And so this is you really just stepping up to the plate, and even though there are going to be challenges, you're going to approach those challenges with confidence and determination to achieve success no matter what. I am also seeing as well here that maybe you guys are traveling and maybe the traveling plans got delayed. Maybe you guys were going on a trip and the trip got canceled or delayed in some kind of way, or there's issues with the hotel or whatever or something, and you're trying to get a refund, or there's some issues with the bank or something and you're trying to get a refund back for it or something like that, and you're having issues. Maybe you or your partner or something like that having issues, and you guys are going to be as well during retrograde reviewing and having these conversations about your joint resources, your money. Let's say you're in a partnership and you share it with another. If you have a business with someone, talking about that and really reevaluating where there may be changes that needs to be made. Ashe. Gemini risings, this Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is going to be happening in your 8th house of transformation and change, joint financial matters. So I see you guys, having money conversations. Okay. Maybe you might be trying to do something with your home. Maybe you want to move homes. Maybe you're going back home. Maybe there's some family things that you have to take care of that requires you to travel back home or something like that. Maybe there's some family information that comes to light. Maybe some secrets, some hidden information that comes to surface that maybe the family has to get together, or there's just conversation, there's a back and forth between you and family members about something that's going on. And so this is the time for you guys to pay attention to the details, especially when it comes to your finances. So this will be a good time to skim through your accounts and make sure that a bill is what they said it was going to be, because maybe you guys could be overcharged during this time. I also was picking up as well with you guys being overwhelmed with bills and feeling restricted when it comes to, it's like, seeing the bigger picture, seeing a higher perspective. Maybe there's a debt or something that you just realized that you had, and you're like, how am I ever going to get out of this debt? How I can't even plan for the future, let alone, plan, anything, because I am just overwhelmed with all this responsibility, And so this forces you to go back and have these conversations about money. This forces you to look into maybe hiring someone who can help you to shift your money mindset, in a sense, for you to learn about manifestation techniques with money, because I see you guys really focused on creating generational wealth for this Mercury retrograde and helping you to realize, to review, to reassess the changes that maybe you need to make within your home, within your family. Maybe there's conversations coming up about money within your family, perhaps an inheritance, or you guys maybe talking about, hey, we need to get life insurance policies and things like that as well. Ashe. Hey Cancer rising. So this new moon in Capricorn is going to be taking place in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, co-workers. The 7th house also rules hidden enemies. So this is a 10 of Swords energy for you guys. And so, yeah, you guys are going to be really feeling this Mercury retrograde, and it's going to help you to reevaluate your relationships. Maybe you guys are reconnecting with clients or old co-workers, or you had an idea for a product or service and maybe you didn't take action on it, or maybe you did and it didn't work out in the way that maybe you wanted it to work out, and so you're reviewing maybe where you went wrong with that and you're doing some type of relaunch. This is also, you know, with the 7th house, obviously you can have your exes calling you, email, social media, those type of things. This is the time where you're paying attention to your relationship and your connection with other people, and you're talking with your partners, you're talking with your friends about your goals. Okay, I also see for some of you guys, this could be a fire sign, this could be a Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. Maybe this person is, you know, not communicating with you in the way you want them to communicate, and maybe you are starting to realize that maybe this relationship, this friendship, this partnership is just not going where it needs to go, and you are making a decision to let this go. This could also be a fire sign of a enemy that is exposed, or an enemy that is revealed to you, somebody who's been in your inner circle that maybe you had an inkling about them, and then it's like now you're finally getting clarity, like, hey, this person is my op. I gotta cut them loose and let them go out of my life. For some of you guys, this is someone that you allowed back in your life, and then you maybe have forgiven them, and it's like you're realizing that Mercury retrograde, I'm tongue-tied. Maybe you're realizing that they still have built up resentment, and you have to make a decision to kind of cut them out of your life. Ashe. Hey Leo rising. This Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is going to be in your 6th house of health, of work, of routine, of habits, of productivity. So this is going to be about you creating goals around money, getting a new schedule, getting back in the gym, investing in health, group fitness. Maybe you guys are realizing that you need help. Maybe you need a trainer. Maybe you need a workout partner, you know, maybe you need someone else in order for you to accomplish your goals around health and work and routine and habits and productivity. And so this is, I see you guys in a space where you're doing less complaining and you're doing more of getting shit done, and you're not focused on, and I also feel as well, maybe you guys had some plans that involved other people, and it's like you're not sitting around waiting on them, you know, like, you know what, you guys don't want to start your health journey, I'm gonna do it by myself. You guys don't want to start your workout routine, I'll do it by myself. And I feel like this is a time where you guys are really stepping up to the plate. There could be a Cancer in your life that is very, very important during this retrograde time, or you're going to be having some conversations maybe around your mother or about your mother, and this could also be a time where you guys are meeting some type of spiritual mentor or something like that as well. Ashe. Virgo and Virgo rising, this Mercury retrograde is going to be in your 5th house of creativity, of children, desires, dating, romance, your inner child. Ooh, I love this for us. Okay, so this is about, you know, revisiting creative projects, learning how to have fun, learning how to play, letting your wild side, having a good time, not being so serious all the time. Some of you guys may be reevaluating a hobby, you know, maybe you're redoing something, that maybe you're relaunching something, or you're reviewing maybe something that you did in the past, and you're like, hey, why did I stop doing that? That was fun, you know. For example, you know, I'm a Virgo rising, and I had a podcast, you know, maybe 2 years ago, and I just wasn't consistent in it. So now, during this Mercury retrograde, I am reviewing that and taking a different look at that, and having a different approach and doing it again as we're talking right now, right? And so this Mercury retrograde is about reevaluating something from the past that maybe you gave up on, or you didn't, really, see it through and through. So, this is a time where you guys may be thinking about self-employment. This is also with this fifth house here. You may be, spending more time with your children if you're a mom, thinking about, the future if you want to have kids, right? This is about you being more creative, making your house or getting an environment in your home where it's a creative expression, listening to more art, being more drawn to different types of music. Maybe some of you guys are moving in with a partner, your partner's moving out, you're ending that cycle, so there's so many things and so many opportunities for you guys to grow, for you to expand expand your emotional fulfillment. I feel like you guys are going to be seeking more ways in which you can find emotional fulfillment in the everyday things. Ashe. Libra rising, this Mercury retrograde is going to be in your fourth house of home, of family, ancestors, emotional roots, mom, all the things. So this is about changes in your home, moving, relationship changes, maybe reassessing, moving, traveling, home, focusing on, how can you get more money? Maybe you've been feeling like there's been a lack of the flow of money for you, definitely. And you're trying to figure out, maybe you guys have been feeling like you haven't had enough money to even, take care of your self-care. Maybe redo your home, reorganize it, maybe get a new couch or, decorate or whatever, get a new car. And you're going to be reevaluating your finances to figure out how you can do this. So maybe this is you guys recognizing that maybe, hey, I want to move, overseas. Maybe I want to move, to another state, to another place, so I feel like you guys are really trying to, figure out, where your roots are, where you can find stability. Ashe. Scorpio and Scorpio rising. So this Mercury retrograde is going to be taking place in your third house of communication, siblings, neighborhood, technology, mental intelligence, your agreements, contracts. And I have for you the Three of Swords in reverse as your overall energy, which is good. So you guys are going to be very clear in communication during this Mercury retrograde, as well as there's a lot of mental shifts that are happening with your money mindset, which that's kind of a thing, with this Mercury retrograde, especially being in Capricorn. Okay. But, I feel like you guys are recognizing that, I feel like you guys have been really hard on yourself this year, and you're realizing that, maybe I did do pretty good. Maybe I did, make the changes that I needed to make. And, I feel like you guys are learning that you have to spend money to make money. So this is you guys maybe looking into investing, trading, real estate, or anything like that. Maybe you're talking about this with siblings or a neighbor, or you're, getting some type of contract or some type of agreement in place where you are communicating Mercury with a partnership or a relationship as it relates to financial changes or investing, or just, doing a lot of research on how you can make more money. This is also a very healing retrograde for you guys as well, because you guys may, like I said, Three of Swords in reverse is about refusing to let go of, sadness or grief, or just dwelling on the past and just finding it difficult to forgive and move forward. And I feel like you guys are in a space to where you're finally letting go of something. Maybe you are clearing up something with a sibling. You're having a conversation with them. You guys are clearing something up, and you're healing from that, or you're healing some type of way through communication, through clear communication. And it's allowing for you to free up more space for you to focus on what you want to focus on, which is how can you make more money? What financial changes do you need to make for the new year? Ashe. Sagittarius, this Mercury retrograde is going to be taking place in your second house of money, of self-worth, of personal value, and your resources. So this is you guys taking a shift or changing your direction in your spending habits, creating a budget. And, I also heard the words fear mode for you guys in the Eight of Swords, right? And so this is you guys changing your worth. Maybe you're looking at your business or your service prices, looking at your prices like, I need to charge more Like, you know, I am worth more. My services are worth more. My time is worth more. This is you looking for new jobs, looking into new careers, because you recognize that you aren't being paid your worth. And so you are in a space to where, you know, your relationship to money and maybe an employer are changing. Your relationship or a professional status is changing, and it's because of you. You know, when I say change, is, you know, it's nothing to fear, like somebody's going to lay you off, or, you know, you're going to get fired, although those things can happen. But it's literally, if that does happen to you during this Mercury retrograde, it's literally because whatever it is that is, you know, seeming like it's leaving your life, they aren't deserving of you. They aren't deserving of your energy, and they don't respect your value, right? And so this is you guys, you know, focusing on changing direction as far as your finances and getting a budget, and looking at yourself in the mirror saying, I am enough, bitch. I am enough. And I'm about to charge my worth. Ashe. Capricorn rising. This Mercury retrograde is going to be taking place in your first house of self-image, of personal values, the body, physical appearance. So your body and your purpose and personal ways of communication. So this is you guys going on a detox, going on a fast, going on a, what do they call it, sabbatical. This is you guys clearing out things. This is you guys making your health changes. How can you better express yourself? Changing up your wardrobe, changing up your look, or really just getting a vision for what it is that you want to look like. The changes that are going on internally, you are going to want to display it on the external front. So you're going to want to showcase your healing. Let's say, you know, I don't know, you're wrapping up your hair, baby, or you're changing the way you dress, or you're switching around things. You know, you're going to be focused on your self-image and your body, and what you're putting into your body, and what can you cut out and what can you clear out in order for you to be more healthy. So, you know, this is a time for you guys really focused on yourself, focused on your goals, focused on, I feel like you guys are going to be ghosting a lot of people. I'm not going to lie. I feel like you guys are going to be ghosting a lot of people. You're going to be just in the house, not want to deal with people because you're doing your little spiritual stuff. Okay. Because people don't give Capricorns enough credit. You guys are very spiritual, and your guys, you know, maybe you guys are doing some past life regression. Maybe you're getting an astrology reading. Maybe you're getting a tarot reading. Maybe, you know, I feel like you guys are lurking in the shadows in the caves, and you guys are like just peeping everything and everybody, like, I got my eye on you. Who I'm about to cut out of my life for this new year. I feel like you guys are on that type of speed right now, and I'm here for it. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Ashe. Aquarius, this Mercury retrograde is going to be in your 12th house of spirituality, inner world, spiritual reflection, endings, release points. Aquarius, it's time to get that therapy. It's time to get that therapy, you guys. This is a retrograde where I feel like you guys are going through a lot of changes, and, you know, maybe you're dealing with grief, maybe you're dealing with a lot of sadness, maybe you're dealing with the influx of just mental chaos, just overwhelmed with all the things, life just lifing. And I feel like you guys are getting to a space to where you are drawing closer to the unseen. You're, you know, really tapping into maybe astrology, maybe you're tapping into, you know, your spirituality, and you're trying to figure out how to heal. Maybe do the shadow work, maybe do the healing, you know, do the grief work, and maybe you might need some help. Okay, if you need some help, hit me up. Okay, but I feel like you guys are just going through a lot of changes during this retrograde time. Maybe family changes, maybe you are, you know, experiencing the loss, or you're grieving someone that was in your family that maybe you just, you know, I get you. I understand, you know. I just feel like you guys really want something to call home. You really want something that feels safe and secure, that feels emotionally fulfilling, that fills your cup up, you know. And I feel like maybe you guys have been substituting, you know, your cup being full for other things, and it's just not, you know, sustainable. And so I feel like you guys are searching or seeking or going within, or, you know, doing the healing, or going into your inner world and doing some spiritual reflection that's going to allow for you to really feel healed, aligned, and whole, so that you can attract more of what you want, and versus attracting more chaos, more mental anguish. And I feel like you guys are kind of going into hermit mode. You know, you guys are kind of retreating, withdrawing, and going within and doing some healing work, and you're gonna pop back out better than ever. That's for damn sure. Also, be aware, okay? Be aware of, like, get rich quick stuff, be aware of that, you guys. If you're going through some financial changes, financial schemers, scammers, and things like that, people that promise something that is just like, wait a minute, that's too good to be true. Like my grandma said, it's more than likely too damn good to be true. So be on the lookout for that as well, especially if you guys are experiencing any, you know, changes that you feel like require you to make an immediate action. Okay, Ashe. Pisces risings. This Mercury retrograde is going to be in your 11th house of friends, community groups, social gatherings. So this is friends from the past coming back. This is you reassessing your goals. Maybe you're running into your old coworkers at the grocery store and like, how's life been treating you? How's life? Did you ever get married? Where are you working now? How do you make your money? You know, maybe you're running into them type of coworkers, okay? You may find it very difficult to get along with everyone, okay? I feel like this is something you're learning to work through. Maybe you might have a misunderstanding with a friend, you know, but this is really just here. And it's not, you know, I don't preach fear, okay? This is not here to scare you, to make you back out, Pisces. We already know that you guys are, you know, you're reluctant to be around people already. This is to get you out of your comfort zone. 8 of Swords coming out. This is to get you out of your comfort zone so that you can learn how to mingle, because 2024 is going to rely on you getting yourself out there, putting yourself out there, getting out of your comfort zone and putting yourself out there socially, meeting new people, connecting with people. It's like, you got to get over this. Okay. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to agree with what you have to say, but you still got to get out there so that you can mingle and sift through those individuals so that you can align with your star family. I don't know why I want to say that, but I'm going to say it. Okay. So that you can align with your star family, so that you can align with your group, your soul group, with who you're put here to be with, so that you guys can align, so that you can make shit happen. Okay, so get out of your comfort zone. This is a retrograde that is all about you figuring out, you know, maybe you're traveling, maybe you're going to seminars, maybe you're going to conventions, maybe you are joining some type of group. You know, it could even be like a Facebook group. Okay, it's a start. It's a start. It could be like a Facebook group where you're starting a Facebook group that's maybe for, I don't know, women, or hell, Pisces getting together, gathering. You know, in fact, don't do that. Don't do that, because Pisces, we good for that. Like, okay, I'll go be around other Pisces. Okay, I'll go be around other people that are like me. But this is about you getting out there and maybe being around people who have, you know, maybe nothing in common with you, and you getting out of your comfort zone and figuring out a way to, you know, learn something new from other people. Okay, getting out of the I can't stand people stage. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Ashe.